For more on Cop28, let's turn to Zhang Jianyu. He's the executive director at the BRI Green Development Institute. Can you begin just with a scene setter there in Dubai? What's it like right now? I know it's early in the morning, but we're halfway through it. It doesn't seem like there's been a lot of headway, but we've learned in past negotiations in Glasgow and Paris and other places that they often go right down to the wire the last minute before we see any real movement. What's your sense this time around?
Well, I think it's pretty common at what is happening. You see the mushroom of all these new initiatives, the cooling pledge, the methane pledge, the hydrogen pledge, and also I think one really impressive movement based on my observation is really the money is coming. 2 days before, there's really a major gathering of all the MDBs, the multilateral development banks, and they're all making big pledges to go into climate finance. And I think the text certainly will go down to the wire, but we really hope that this most crowded COP ever in the history of the negotiation will result in something that everybody can accept.
Let's talk a little bit about China. I know Vice Premier Ding is there. He's talked about working closely with developing countries to build a green and low carbon future. Give us a sense of the importance of his remarks and China's efforts to move the needle when it comes to addressing this pressing issue.
Well, I think China basically is taking that from 3 steps, which I think is very rational and practical. The first one, China is significantly reducing the environmental and carbon footprints of its overseas investment. President Xi announced China will stop building coal-fired power plants in September 2021. Secondly, as the program has said, that China is making a huge push to reduce the cost of renewable solutions, solar panel in particular. China's export solar panels reduce about 500 million tons of carbon dioxide, and together with the domestic installation, it accounts for about 40% of the carbon emission that result from the operation of solar panels. And certainly, most impressively, China is stepping up its effort to support developing countries to finance these projects. China, President Xi commits approximately $100 billion for 1,000 small and impactful projects during his speech at the 3rd BRI Summit. And also China is launching something called GIFT, Green Investment and Finance Partnership, that is designed to complement other global efforts, such as JETP, the Just Energy Transition Partnership.
Speaking of compliments, these efforts are not going unnoticed. Vice Premier Ding also met with the Cop28 president, who praised China for its leading role in international cooperation on addressing climate change. And I think you're touching on a big part of it. The BRI, initially it may have been putting in a road or a bridge, but now it seems like green has become a big instrument in BRI.
Yeah, green surfaced at the very beginning of the BRI scene movement, and I think right now it's just getting more and more concrete. There's projects with reduced carbon footprint. There is efforts of more export of technology and cooperation, installation, and also manufacturing of those overseas. And certainly, as I said, China is not shying away from providing finance, but directly to the other developing countries through its South-South cooperation mechanism.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us. I know it's a little after 5 o'clock in the morning, so up very early to visit with us. We certainly appreciate it.
We're looking for another productive day. Thank you.
All right.